Most people are taught how to earn a paycheck, but almost no one is taught how to build a legacy. God's design for wealth was never just about provisions for today. It was about preparation for generations. Welcome back, cowboys and cowgirls. In this episode, we're going to talk about building generational wealth, specifically how residual income and real estate work together as a kingdom strategy to create inheritance, stability, and freedom long after you're gone. Who wouldn't want to do that for their families? So in this first part, we're going to get into God's vision for generational. We're going to go to Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. God thinks in generations, not just quarters, not just year. He's thinking generational. Think about it. You leaving an inheritance is intentional. It just doesn't happen by accident. So you had to put some intention around of leaving inheritance, leaving a legacy. Many people just leave memories, but not margin. Memories are great. It keeps us all that. But if we want to leave our children and our children's children in a better place than what we have, which we've always talked about here in this country, you need to do it by creating a legacy. And every one of you guys are able to create your own legacy. I don't care what type of situation you're in right now. You can do it because I know I have faith in you. God wants you to. Remember, kingdom wealth is about positioning the next generation to thrive spiritually and financially. So remember, income feeds a household. Inheritance positions a lineage. So keep this in mind when we're talking about a legacy. And always keep that in mind of the spiritual and financially. Because if they're not spiritually aligned, it's not going to happen financially, or you're not going to leave the legacy you want to leave behind. So why residual income is a foundation? Here's in Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 2. And this is going to come around and kind of surprise you. Invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8. What have we talked about most millionaires and billionaires have? 7 to 8 different streams of income. This says this in the Bible. Does anybody think it's a coincidence that all these millionaires say that they have these multiple sources of income and they're leaving a legacy for their families? I don't think it is. So residual income creates stability and optionality. Just think about, residual income is something that you build once and it keeps on paying you out. And one of the best residual incomes I know out there is network marketing because it provides leverage, reoccurring cash flow without trading time for dollars. I know a lot of people are always hesitant about network marketing. There's nothing to be hesitant about it. Long as the company that you're representing is in line with what you're wanting to accomplish and they have an actual real product, like this one here on my chest, it's going to work for you. As long as you put in the work. Nothing comes easy, everybody. You have to put in work, but you're doing it once and then it gets easier. So residuals reduce dependency on a single income source. Who reads the papers and how many job layoffs or job creation? Companies downsize. They're not looking out for you. They're looking out for their bottom dollar, which is their responsibility to their shareholders. So make sure you have another source of income coming in. If you only have one, get 2. If you have 2, get 3. So on and so forth. Do not stop. Get multiple streams of income coming into you. And remember, cash flow is the fuel, but it's not the destination. The residual income gives you options. Assets give you permanency. So here's an example. Use the monthly commissions to eliminate debt, fund down payments, or build reserves for investments. This is what we do. This is what me and my wife do. We focus on all of our monthly income of how do we reinvest it into something that's going to produce more money to us. And sometimes that's investments in yourself to learn more, but it's also hard assets. So remember that. So part 3, real estate turns income into legacy. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 20. The wise store up choice food and olive oil. I know we're different time periods here, but real estate is one of the most biblical asset classes. It's tangible, income producing, and enduring. When you're talking real estate, it's something that you can put into a trust, a will, pass it down. This is how you have your children's by teaching them right too. Properties create cash flow, appreciation, depreciation through tax advantages, and most of the time, inflation protection. All right, when inflation goes up, housing usually goes up too. If you haven't seen that, if you've been shopping for real estate. Unlike income, assets continue working when you stop. The apartments and billboards that I own, I don't do nothing with them. I just get a check. And real estate transforms short-term cash flow into long-term wealth. Remember, you don't retire on income. You retire on assets. Let's get into part 4 here. The kingdom wealth flywheel. And if you've been listening to me, you've heard this before. But we're going to go to Matthew's chapter 25, verse 21, the parable of talents. We've talked about this multiple times. So God rewards faithful stewardship, not buried potential. So I hope you remembered he gave somebody and they went out and multiplied it, but the one who buried it did not get punished. The kingdom wealth flywheel works like this. Residual income creates a surplus in cash. Surplus is stewarded into assets. Assets produce cash flow. Cash flow reinvests into more assets. This cycle compounds over time. Remember, God multiplies what you steward, not what you sit on. Remember, we talked about the parable of talents. He gave somebody 3. They turned it into more. He gave somebody 2. They turned it into more. He gave somebody 1 and they buried it. That wasn't a good stewardship. So remember, here's the example. 1 property becomes 2. 2 becomes 4. 4 funds the next generation's education, freedom, and missions. So I hope you guys really understand of why I'm so passionate about what I'm teaching out there and doing for you guys. Let's get to part 5 here. Building with wisdom, not pressure. Luke chapter 14, verse 28. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost? Just think about that statement. Generational wealth is built patiently, praying on it, and strategically. First thing you have to do is avoid comparison and urgency. Your urgency is built on getting your second stream or third stream or fourth stream of income coming into you. But when you're building your legacy, your generational wealth, it takes patience. So make sure you are being patient and doing it strategically. Build at your pace in alignment with your values. If you're trying to force something and it doesn't align with your values, most likely it's going to fail. And one of the biggest things that I always tell everybody, seek counsel, mentorship, and structure out there. So haste builds stress. Wisdom builds legacy. So here's some guidance for you. Start small, stay consistent, reinvest wisely, keep God at the center, and reach out to somebody that can coach and mentor you, give you wisdom, more of that. I'm available for that. If you have that, drop in a comment in there. Like, hey, I'd like to discuss what you do more. Please do it. I will tell you. I hold nothing back. So as we're closing up this week's episode, you were never meant to just make money. You were meant to make a difference that lasts. When residual income fuels real estate and real estate builds inheritance, you step into God's design for generational impact. Legacy isn't what you leave behind. It's what you build while you're here. Because they will only remember what you built here now. That's what creates your legacy. So comment below, what does generational wealth mean to you and your family? And in next week's episode, we'll wrap up this entire series together with the Cowboy Code Legacy. How to live, lead, and multiply everything you've learned. Remember, cowboys and cowgirls, wealth fades, but legacy echoes. Build wisely, build faithfully, and build for generations. God bless you all.